Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are carrying on with the 30 NHL games in 30 days, and we are on to one of the GOAT titles, one of the best of all time, viewed as really the beginning of NHL video games. If you talk to anyone who played this as a kid, they basically said that NHL 94 is the best hockey game. Now, I'm not going to lie. I was alive. I was only 4 years old when NHL 94 came out. I don't really have a big affinity for NHL 94 because really the first game I remember playing as a kid was NHL 96 with John Van Beesbroek on the front, and then pretty much every single NHL game after that. I was a big PlayStation 1 kid. NHL 97, 98, 99, those are really my earliest moments of playing NHL, but I want to do this. I want to give this game its due diligence and go back and look, and that's what this series is all about. So today we are going to look at all of the additions and the gameplay for NHL 94 and why it is widely considered one of the, if not the best NHL game ever in the series. Remember, guys, don't forget, if you want to watch this series play out live, I stream on Twitch every single day at noon Eastern time. Today, well, while you're watching this, NHL 95 will be played, and I'm not going to lie, it's one of my favorite games personally. I think, well, we'll talk about that in the video tomorrow. But nonetheless, NHL 95 will be the video I play today. So make sure that you come and check that out again, twitch.tv/nosleeves12. And make sure you subscribe for the latest content in terms of NHL 22 and the NHL video game series as a whole. All right, guys, let's get into the NHL 94 gameplay review. Yes. All right, no lie, the music is iconic in NHL 94. Just hearing that opening menu screen. All right, so that's a plus already because that's literally iconic. So let's talk about the biggest changes and things that were implemented from 93 to 94 as to why it was the best video game for hockey ever. All right, so the first thing that jumps off the screen is the fact that this is the first year that the NHLPA and NHL licenses are both in an EA game. If you watch my NHL 92 review, you'll notice that it is only the NHL licenses. There's no player names, nothing like that. And then in NHL 93, there was no NHL licenses, but there was NHLPA licenses, meaning that player names and everything that was in the game. And in my opinion, obviously having the player names in the game was a much bigger advantage because, I mean, you could get away with, using Pittsburgh, not calling them the Pittsburgh Penguins, but coloring them, white and yellow, and having, Mario Lemieux was better than having the Pittsburgh Penguins and having just number 66. So that is the first big improvement from NHL 93 to 94. So the next big improvement to production is the player cards on the screen. So in NHL 93, it basically showed an in-game little 2D sprite of the player on the team. So like Washington showed a number 22 Dino Ciccarelli, but it was literally just an in-game little player. You couldn't distinguish that it was him. However, in this game, it actually has real-life player cards. So you'll see Kelly Hrudey or Patrick Waugh for the Montreal Canadiens, and then a real-life picture of them. I thought that was just another big plus in detail. Again, making it feel like it's a real NHL game is some of the biggest improvements that you'll see throughout the series, and this is the first time that it actually recognizes not just the names of the players, but their likeness as well. The next big change is the first introduction of a brand new mode. So in NHL 92 and 93, it was really the same thing. There was a regular season mode where it's just basically a versus where you can either play against, the computer or another friend. The big bonus in NHL 94 was if you had an adapter, you could actually play with 3 and 4 players. And you got to remember, back in 1993 and 94, there was no online, so couch co-op was really how you played against your buddies, and the addition of being able to play with 4 players was a huge bonus and boost to the actual gameplay. You could choose a 7-game series, but then you could choose a shootout, which I thought was awesome. And one of the coolest things added to these early games on the Sega Genesis was a shootout mode, and I'll show you gameplay of that in just a little bit. Then you've got the teams, basically, we've moved Minnesota to Dallas. We've got Tampa, Ottawa, Anaheim. We're still a ways away, or a little bit away from Carolina being in there. Still have Hartford, as well as Quebec being in the game still. We've got the Panthers, and then we're years away from the expansion era with like Atlanta and the Minnesota Wild. So not quite there yet. NHL 94 also introduced goalie control, and it actually was pretty intuitive with what you could actually do when playing as a goaltender. So I thought that was really cool. But other than that, other than the shootout mode, that was really the biggest thing added in terms of just new gameplay modes and things that you could do differently in NHL 94 as opposed from 93 and 92. Shootout setup. Pat Falloon, Kelly Kizio, Johan Garpenlov, Doug Wilson, and Neil Wilkerson. Oh my god, you can go in and choose and change. Jeff Odgers. Dude, what a bad team. Was this the team that knocked out... This wasn't the team that knocked out, that knocked out the Red Wings, was it? Team player cards? I mean, dude. Look at this. Big save. Big save. All right, Urbe, let's go. Big save from Urbe. All right, we got Kelly Kizio. Let's do the backhand. Big save. The beta is so glitchy. We'll give it... What is going on here? Bro, he just hit us with the triple deke. The gunner stalled triple deke. Okay, dude. Big save, man. All right, no one can score here. I think you just got to run it into the goalie. Bang! Let's go! We got it, bro. Doug Wilson, our GM. He scores to give us the 1-0 lead in round 4. I mean, how... Okay. Last one. Let's see if we can do the same thing. Go wide. Damn. Curtis Lecision. Can he tie things up? Thank you so much, dude. Let's go, dude. So like I said, the shootout mode was a great addition to NHL 94. It's an extremely fast way to have fun with your friends or just playing, you know, against the CPU. But I thought it was a great addition to the game and actually kind of taught people how to actually score on a breakaway. So I thought it was really well done. And as you can see, it only took about a minute and a half. So it's not like it was a big time sink. So now let's get into the other modes. Now, there's really no changes in terms of the mode gameplay from NHL 92, 93, and 94. There's regular season, playoffs, all of that still the same. However, I now understand why NHL 94 is widely considered groundbreaking when it comes to hockey games, just based on one feature that they added into gameplay. And I'm going to show that in my actual gameplay portion where I played on stream for a full game. I'll show you why, and I now understand why NHL 94 was the goated game early on in the series. So now, guys, we'll go through a full look as to what happens when you actually load into a game, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts, so leave it down in the comment section down below as if you thought it was a big deal. And again, remember, compared to NHL 21 or Next Gen, it's not even close, but remember, comparing from 92 and 93, it's a gigantic step, and we'll see why in just a second. Sports. Welcome to a sold-out Joe Louis Arena. Tonight's National Hockey League game features the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's on a hot streak, but Brian Bradley is off his game. Dude, there's not a lot of creativity in that. The Joe Louis Sports Arena crowd record is 80 decibels. Hit the start button to begin. Use A and C to direction to change to the matchups. Oh, dude, look at that. You can show us the center rating. Yzerman's at 93. Paul Coffey is at 83. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Alright, so the player cards thing is sweet. Here we go. I mean, that's tough. That's a tough one to give up. Dude. Wow, puck pickup's not ideal. Not ideal in this. Get going. And we missed the net. That's tough. Shooting definitely feels harder, though. Like, you shoot harder. What a... Dude, it's a 3-on-0. Oh, dude, you can one-timer. That's so sick. Okay. All right, that's a big improvement from NHL 93. So that right there, in my opinion, is the biggest addition to any NHL game for a long, long time, because the ability to one-timer, especially early on, just added a complete new element to this game. In NHL 92 and 93, it was just a muffin if you passed it and shot. This one, you actually teed up a one-timer, and I thought that was gigantic. And again, I'm now starting to understand. Gameplay feels way more crisp, and then the fact that you can actually aim your shots a lot better. There was 9 possible spots to aim at the net with the directional pad. Phenomenal, and I now understand in terms of gameplay. Bang! What a play, dude! My man. Does it have the replay, the out-of-town replays? Let's see if it has the out-of-town replays. I thought this was the coolest shit in 92. Or 93, sorry. Let's see. We'll see. It does. Look at that, man. The Sharks, they give up the tying goal late in the third period. Oh, you hate to see it. They're in overtime. Oh, does Calgary come back? Maybe not. Let's go, Sharks. Dude, is this pre-recorded, or does the game like code it where it can just have different moments? Bang! The Sharks win it in overtime. Falloon, he gets one. All right, so we'll take a look at the ratings now. Here's Detroit. We got Paul Coffey's in 83, Fedorov's in 82. You've got Paul Yzbart, Sergei Fedorov, and Ray Shepard. Yves Racine, Sean Bird, Dallas Drake, and Bob Probert. Okay, bro. Okay. What's the crab meter at? Current level 71, average level 76, peak level 88. Arena record is 80. All right, so we've already busted that. So guys, if you don't know, if you play well enough and you get a high decibel and you're the home team, you literally get your attributes boosted, man. Period stats. Oh, the period stats are now different. Wow, that's actually pretty sweet. So it shows the logo there. It's crazy how it's easier going down in the old games. One-timer! Dude, the one-timer really changes the game. Okay. Like, that's a gigantic gameplay change. Bang! Off the missile from Yzerman! Oh, dude, we are buzzing now, bro. Yo, what's going on, Nick? I'm doing well, bro. Yzerman's got 2. The pad stack, dude. All right, we got a power play here. Whoo, he's dead. Oh, no, what a turnover. Dude, the one-timer aspect is so cool. It's only a 1-goal game. Get back, Yzerman. Big save. I mean, we're down bad, chat. So we experienced a very old problem with cartridge games back in the day. I literally had to blow on it, reset it, and fire it up. Wasn't able to finish this one late in the third period, though, but was pretty impressed that my games so far have held up. Now, that being said, so I mentioned it earlier and in the gameplay, the fact that the one-timer was added into the game was just a huge improvement. The one thing I will say is there was no fighting. I don't know if it was because the NHL didn't want to put it in the game or anything like that, but there was no blood and no fighting in NHL 94. However, there was some other big hits. Now, you actually, if you lined up a body check, you could send someone into the bench. I tried a bunch, but I think you didn't have someone that has a really high body checking stat. But nonetheless, that was a pretty cool addition as well. In terms of just graphics, when you compare the two, we're starting to see some separation now. Again, throughout this series, what I'm going to do is every time we go to a new generation, I'm going to show the first game in that generation and then the game that we're covering. I think that shows the biggest representation of improvement year over year in terms of graphics. NHL 94 definitely looks better than NHL 92. You also have the music. So there's really no music in game in NHL 92 and 93 really, but in NHL 94 there was like organ music that played, and there were 72 different pieces of music added into the game, and you hear it throughout, and I think it adds just a nice touch. Obviously the crowd still sounds like an FM radio, but I did like the addition of that, that organ music. So all in all, guys, I now have a much better understanding as to why NHL 94 is viewed as one of the best hockey video games. The skating felt much better. The additions to one-timers, like again, I can't state how different that makes the game. When you play NHL 93 and go to 94, it completely changes how you actually play instead of just running down and basically smashing the shoot button. So I thought that was great. Manual goalie control was also awesome. And then the addition of a shootout mode, which was great. And on top of it all, the licenses to both the NHL and the NHLPA make it one of the best games ever. And again, it changed the franchise forever. And I totally understand that now, guys. So if you did enjoy the video, guys, let me know with a like on the video, and let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do for the most up-to-date NHL content in terms of NHL 22. And I will see you guys tomorrow with NHL 95. Have a good one.